Tow truck driver opens the back with a Slim Jim, gives the coffin a tug, and realizes it's got somebody inside.
Yeah, there it is. You take a look inside?
Yeah, I opened it. You just have to lift the lid.
Good, you look. I don't need to look.
It's all wrapped in plastic.
I pulled back the corner there and had a look. That's when I called you guys.
He's decomposed pretty well. He's been buried in dirt for a while there, too.
Yeah. Can't say the same for the coffin, no. I was like it just rolled off the showroom floor.
Yeah, that's why I called you guys. It's all ass backwards.
What time did the tow truck operator get the call on this vehicle?
Early this morning, about 7:30. I'm working on the registration.
Good. All right. Well, we might as well call forensics, get them come down here, wrap it up, and tow it to the garage.
Hey, wait a minute. Why don't we sit on it for a couple hours, see who shows up? Guy's not getting any deader, right? I got paperwork to do. I can do it in the car.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go get us a couple of coffees.
Great. Hey, thanks, sir.
Detective, there's Mrs. Lawrence here to see you.
Oh, okay. Bring her in. How are you doing today?
Not so good today. I woke up this morning and there was a strange man in my bed.
Well, you mean an intruder?
Yes, exactly.
Well, did he attack you, or?
He made breakfast.
Oh. Okay, and then what?
And then he went to work. As soon as he left, I came here.
Do you have a description of this man?
Better than that, I have a picture.
You're in this picture, too.
It's an anniversary photo.
Well, Mrs. Lawrence, this is the homicide division. I don't know if that's what you need.
I know. The man in my bed, he looks like my husband, the man in the picture, but he's not. Ergo, he must have killed Jack and taken his place.
All right, then, let's just get a statement.
His name's Ryan Fallon.
One of the Fallons.
His father and brother over there. It's a family operation.
Oh, yeah? Is that how you found him?
No, he was face down. There are no vital signs, but put the neck brace on him anyways and tried to resuscitate. Can't be sure, but I think his neck's broken.
Yeah, good call. All right. Get a blanket on him and cover him up. Actually, you guys, you're finished. I'll get hold of body pickup. You guys can get out of here. Mr. Fallon. My name's Dominic Da Vinci. I'm with the Vancouver Coroner's Office. I understand that the deceased was your son.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what happened, sir?
I don't know what happened. I was in the garage here. My other son, John, he came to get me.
I was over building some forms when I heard Ryan yell. So I dropped everything and came running over to see what was happening. I saw him laying there like that. I could see it was bad. So I went to get my dad, told him to call 911.
So you didn't see what happened? Neither you did. Do you know what he was working on? Do you remember that?
Last I saw him, he was up there on the second floor. He was going to prep some windows.
Oh, yeah? There's a box of nails over here. You know how those got here?
I got no idea.
Okay.
Dad, you should go. Kathy's probably over at Joanne's by now. They're going to be going crazy.
You call Mr. Himes.
Sure.
I got to call the owner of the property, tell him we're shut down.
Workers' compensation's going to want to come by. You got an inspector come and see the site. He's going to want to ask you some questions, I'm sure.
I'll be around.
Very good.
You got your funeral plot picked up?
What? No, I'm gonna be cremated.
Cremated? Yeah, well, that's all right. You got the spot picked out where you're gonna spread your ashes around?
What's going on, Leo? Why have said interest in my funeral arrangements?
No, I was just thinking. It's nice to have some place to go and pay your respects. I used to like to go up and sit on my dad's grave, just enjoy the view.
Mm-hmm. Where's his grave?
Up on Fairview there. You can see the mountains and everything.
Well, you can do the same thing when you get cremated, you know? You can spread your ashes on the mountains or the forest, ocean, wherever you like.
I kind of like that solid granite thing, you know, something that says you were here instead of just sort of like everywhere all around, like with the ashes thing.
Right. Yeah, this looks like our guy here.
What are you running for?
Hey, I just got scared, all right?
Hold on. Got scared, did you? Frick. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just got scared, that's all.
Well, you should be.
Okay, come on out. This your vehicle?
No.
Where'd you get the truck if it isn't yours?
Borrowed it from a friend of mine. I met at the bar.
When was that?
Sometime last night.
And what bar would that be?
Down there on Hastings. I don't know the name of it.
Who was the friend?
I don't know. You know, we just met there last night and drove me here, dropped me off, said I could use it to move some furniture for a friend of mine.
Is that a piece of furniture you got in the back there?
No, I just got here.
So you don't know anything about the guy in the back there?
Guy in the back, no.
I think you stole this truck.
Nope.
Look, I'm gonna ask you one more time. This time you're gonna answer me correctly. Did you or did you not steal the truck without looking in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, where from?
Motel on Main.
Maine and what?
Main and 6th.
Okay, what time would that be?
About 2 in the morning.
Oh, why did you park it here?
Ran out of gas. Let me check the gas gauge. It's on empty there.
Okay, breathe on me.
What?
Your breath, I want to smell it. You stole the goddamn gas, too, didn't you? You siphoned it out of somebody's tank.
Yeah, so?
Idiot.
Okay, come on, let's go.
When did you start construction and the rebuild?
About 3 months ago?
You have any problems? Anything slowing you up?
Well, we had some bad weather for a couple of weeks, but we're on track.
You didn't think you were underbid on this job or anything like that, did you?
We went the lowest bid.
All right, I'm going to need to see your paperwork, verify what you're telling me with the property owner.
Verify all you want. We've done 4 houses for the same guy, and he knows we do quality work.
Okay. Ryan was working up on the 2nd floor then. Can you show us that area now?
Let's go in.
Could you move your car, please? Could you move your car?
Why? What's going on?
We have a garbage truck coming in, and you need to move your car.
All right, okay, I'm coming. Jesus Christ.
Make a homicide.
Morning.
Morning.
Where's my truck?
Your camper's not here. It's been impounded.
God, why? What's the problem?
A coffin in the back, for starters.
Yeah. You want to tell us about that?
Look, yeah, it's okay. I work for a funeral home in Washington State.
What do you do there?
Well, you know, I transport bodies across the line. Where's my truck?
It's at the police garage, safe and sound.
You have a death certificate, transportation papers, custom forms, all the things you need to do this sort of thing?
Yep. Yes, sir. I got all that stuff in my room.
And you do this body delivery on a regular basis, do you?
It's my first one.
What was the name of the dead guy in the coffin?
Roger McElroy.
You got a death certificate for Roger McElroy?
Yeah, man. It's all in my room.
When did he die?
I don't know. You know, I just picked him up at the funeral home.
Which one?
I got the name in my room. If you...
Let's go take a look.
Hey, come here. Not so fast there, Jack.
Why is everybody in such a hurry today? Hey, where were you running to?
Arm.
Are you tapping out there? It's tapping out, Leo.
When'd you put up this guardrail?
When we started work up here?
Okay, what happened here where this 2x4 is cracked?
Well, it cracked, so I nailed it together. That's secure. You can feel that.
How tall was your brother?
5'9", 5'10", something like that.
Okay, let's go up to the top floor.
The windows are arriving today, so Ryan was getting them ready.
There's a hammer right there. Is that his hammer?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's one of his.
Just looking through this documentation here, Jerome. It all looks pretty legit.
Yeah, that's right.
Except it's all shit. It's faked up.
We called the funeral parlor listed on your papers there. They never delivered a body to you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys what happened, okay?
Okay, that'd be good. That's why we're here.
Well, it started when I was drinking in my bar over on Hastings there. You know, this fella comes over and sits down, we get to talking, and subject of smuggling comes up.
Smuggler by trade, are you?
No, I know a little bit about it, but...
Guy got a name?
Richard Armstrong.
Richard Armstrong. Okay, guy walks in, starts talking. What?
Yeah, and pretty soon he says he's got a deal for me, and he says if I get this body across the line, he'll give me 20 grand U.S. cash.
Why U.S. currency?
Armstrong's an American.
Where did you dig up the body?
Out in the woods by the university. It's real nice out there.
What was the deal? Cash on delivery?
Yeah, that's right.
And where were you to deliver the body?
Yeah, I was just supposed to take it across the border, and he was going to call me when I checked into a motel down there, and he'd give me further instructions.
Didn't you find the request to dig up an illegally buried body a little unusual?
No, he said he was a bounty hunter. There was a reward on the bones, so...
This is Mr. Bounty Hunter tell you why he didn't want to dig it up himself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got busted up here in Canada once before, and he didn't want to risk getting stopped at the border, so...
I'm looking at this Richard Armstrong.
Yeah, in the meantime, let's go take a look at this place where you dug the fella up. Come on.
I don't really...
Angela? Dr. Lawrence? Dr. Lawrence, hi. Thanks for taking off work and coming down. Have a seat. Could I see some identification, please?
I'm a little bewildered with what's going on here.
Thanks. Well, this morning I had a visit from your wife, Mrs. Lawrence.
Janice? Yeah.
She seems to have the impression that you're impersonating her husband.
I'm sorry.
Janice has this idea that you're not who you say you are, that you've taken the body of her husband and replaced him.
Janice said that?
Mm-hmm. Has she been reporting any other misperceptions or exhibiting any other behaviors that you might find unusual?
Well, no, now you mentioned it. She did ask if I had a twin brother somewhere that I hadn't told her about.
And do you?
No.
Dr. Lawrence, are you an MD?
No. Well, yes. I mean, I'm a dentist.
Okay, well, I'm going to suggest that you have your wife accompany you to a psychologist and have an interview. Maybe that'll sort it all out.
I think he fell from the second landing.
Except for you got that railing down there.
So how do you see this happening? How did he get over the railing?
Well, it could be he fell from the 3rd floor.
He fell from the 3rd floor and then bounced off that 2nd floor over the railing and down to the ground. I don't think that happened.
Okay, all right. Well, so maybe he's leaning over that railing there. Say, bringing up that box of nails you found broken open, and the weight took him over.
Box of nails.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I want to do this right. This rail, it's almost up to my chest. Now, the only way a 20-pound box of nails, he's going to have to be leaning like way over like this before it's going to pull him over. I just don't see it.
Well, yeah, all right. Maybe he's got something heavier. Maybe a sheet of that plywood down there.
A sheet of plywood?
Yeah. Yeah, he leans the sheet against the railing. It starts to fall. He grabs for it. It takes him over.
Not unless he's glued to it.
No, come on. We've both seen tragedies where a worker falls off a building. He's trying to grab for his hammer or a screwdriver.
Yeah, but in this case, we both know what's going on here. Right? We just don't want to say it. The only way this guy falls from here is if this railing's not here in the first place.
Oh, I see. You're saying it could have been taken down and put back up again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's trying to haul a piece of plywood up here, okay? Now he sees the railing's in his way, so what does he do? He takes down the railing. Now, whoops, over he goes. Whoever finds him, maybe it's the brother, he sees that the railing not being here is a potential problem. It's going to screw up their safety record if they're proved to be negligent. So what does he do? He puts it back up.
Well, I don't think that's what went on here.
Oh, bullshit. I saw you looking at that railing. You're pretty goddamn interested in that railing. That's what I saw.
I looked at it. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
You didn't see anything wrong with it?
No.
That's why you took like a half a dozen pictures of it? You didn't see anything wrong with it?
Hey, I took pictures of a lot of things.
So you don't think there's anything wrong with that railing, really?
No.
I'm going to put that right in my report, the WCB investigator. Can I borrow your pen?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to put it right down in here in black and white.
Look, I don't see here anything yet that tells me they broke the health and safety regulations.
Okay, look, if they're being careless, I think they should be put right out of business, because I don't want to see anybody else in this city fall down on a job and then not get up.
Right, if that turns out to be the case.
So what you're saying is that you're going to continue to look into this?
Right, I'm still looking into it.
Tell you. Because otherwise you're going to be in front of an inquest jury at my inquest and give them a physics lesson on how a 5'9" man accidentally falls over a 4-foot-high railing. And good luck with that. The only way they're going to accept that is if maybe you tell him he's equipped with those spring shoes, those spring like the cartoons, and he go boing, boing, boing right over the goddamn thing.
So Richard Armstrong, he gave you some directions to find this nice little spot in the woods here. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just looking at this hole here, it looks to me like you knew exactly where to dig.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Apparently there is no Richard Armstrong working as a bounty hunter anywhere in the continental United States.
That's who he said he was. Who was he?
Jesus Christ. Go wait over there.
What do you got for us, Chick?
Well, we got the daily racing form underneath down there where it looked like where the body was resting.
Fell out of the guy's pocket.
Well, either the deceased was a horse racing fan or the guy who buried him was. And you can see here, whoever worked the form liked to play the exactor.
So we're looking for somebody who likes to play the exactor?
It's the date on the paper, Leo. Whoever buried him here did it on or after Sunday, September the 3rd, 1999.
Nice. What else?
Well, I think he's handing you a pile of bullshit about being here and digging him up all alone. You got 2 guys working the grave, 2 guys dragging the body out along that path there.
What?
He didn't draw you a map. He brought you here, didn't he?
I met him at his place. He brought me here.
His place? You been to his place?
Sure, yeah.
You remember the address?
Sure, yeah.
Write it down.
Nobody home?
Well, maybe we should get somebody to sit on the house anyway.
Let's make the call here.
So you and your brother must have started this business when you were both pretty young, huh?
Yeah, ever since we could hold hammers.
Yeah, Ryan was 9, 10 years old. They were already framing walls together.
Really?
What a pain in the ass he was, remember that?
Yeah, he was a kid all the time. He'd get mad. Ryan, you gotta slow down, be patient. He learned.
Ryan had a fine touch with cabinets.
Yeah, but the framing, the building of forms, the shit work, he didn't like that.
You didn't like that, huh? So who did the shit work then?
We shared the work.
You and your brother got along okay?
Yeah, sure. He was my brother.
Well, you know, my brother and me, 1 minute we're fighting like hell, and the next minute we're laughing like hell. You know, you never know.
I won't have any monkey business on the job. They can go work for somebody else.
And how did you two get along? So if it's like me and my father, we didn't always see eye to eye. Sometimes he'd say something, and I'd just go ahead and do something else.
Dad says something, we can have an opinion, but what he says goes.
Because I was just thinking about what you said about how Ryan had a temper, so I'm thinking, well, maybe he's mad, you know? He's not paying attention because he's cut some corners somewhere to make life easier on himself, no?
Forget it.
No, not Ryan, no.
Not possible. Mr. Fallon, you have to consider that the morning that Ryan died, he may have cut some corners, he just didn't catch him at it. I don't see how he could have fallen unless he was being careless.
You got the balls to stand there and tell us that?
Quiet.
I'm sorry, but these are questions that have to be asked.
Yeah, well, you asked your question. Did we answer it?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, you did. You answered all the questions. Thank you very much for your time.
There was a fair amount of decomposition on your man in the box. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
But I also noticed a yellowish hue to the body that was pre-mortem.
Like hepatitis, maybe?
Well, no, that wasn't present in the liver. When I opened him up, there was a whiff of garlic coming from his tissue fluids. His stomach was inflamed, and there was a white powder present in the digestive tract. That's being analyzed, but I'm willing to bet it'll turn out to be a large dose of arsenic.
It's not something you accidentally consume off the dinner table.
No, a large amount like that, it could be deliberate. I did a blood check and found a very low red blood cell count. That would indicate a longer exposure to arsenic over a period of time. His hair would give me a better idea of how many doses he was given.
So you're pretty sure then that there was a lot of small doses followed by a large dose?
Right.
Maybe the poisoner was getting restless, decided it was time for him to go then.
We have a tentative date for when this guy went into the ground, sometime September of last year. Is that fit?
That would coincide with the artifacts I was seeing.
Gonna be able to get prints off this guy?
Chick identified him. He's a man by the name of George Boltek.
Somebody find arsenic these days.
That poison.
Right.
Small doses administered over time implies continuous contact or opportunity. The arsenic would keep the victim sick, weakened, maybe even dependent on the poisoner for relief.
Like a partner.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe a spouse.
George Boltek. No, never heard of him.
He was involved in a Denver, Colorado bank robbery and a subsequent shootout in which a security guard and 2 police officers were killed.
Killed? Hey, if I'd known that, I would have thought twice. I would have never got involved.
So you don't know anything then about the $250,000 reward offered out here on Boltek?
No, I don't. How much?
$250,000, dead or alive. It says so right on the poster.
Shit. It's a lot of money.
Recognize this man here?
Yes, I do. But he looks different. This is the guy I know as Richard Armstrong.
No, it's Peter Mays. It's George Boltek's partner. Also wanted for a triple homicide, also worth a $250,000 bounty.
Well, then I should still get a piece of the reward on George, right?
You'll be lucky if you don't get charged as an accessory to a homicide.
Homicide? What homicide?
George Boltek was murdered, probably by Peter Mays. You moved a body. That makes you one of the guilty parties. You had both guys $500,000 in reward money.
Leo.
Yeah?
Your housekeeper just called. She left the front door unlocked and your wife slipped out when she wasn't looking.
Oh, shit. Okay, I gotta take care of this.
I'll come with you. Hey, want to take Jerome and put him in lockup for me?
Really, she probably just went for a walk.
I need the air anyway.
Now, look, you go sit on the maid's house.
You got somebody there?
Oh, it's okay. Look, I can handle it, okay?
Do you mind if I come along? Is it okay?
Okay, whatever.
And then he grabbed me by the arm and told me to snap out of it. And he tried to drag me down the hall into the elevator and into the car.
I see.
And he was raving on and on about taking me to some hospital and doctors and all kinds of insane things.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call up Dr. Lawrence.
Oh, don't do that. He knows that I know. How did you know he's a doctor?
Well, I was concerned about what you told me, so I asked him to come down here to see for myself.
So you can see he's an imposter.
Actually, I believe he is your husband.
He's very convincing, I know.
Mrs. Lawrence, I want you to consider that he really is your husband, and that these strange feelings you're having are not quite correct, and that you should be talking to someone, a professional, about these feelings and find out where they're coming from and how you can help yourself to stop them.
Okay.
So you'll do that? You'll talk to a doctor?
Yes.
Okay, good. Should I call your husband and ask him to come get you?
No. I'll be all right now. Thank you.
Doctor, hi, it's Detective Cosmo. Listen, you're going to have to try a different approach with your wife.
He had a compound fracture to his left tib fib. His left arm was broken in 2 places. Also, his left wrist was fractured. But it was the broken neck that killed him. Death would have been instantaneous.
So all these injuries are down the left side of his body.
Right. And there were contusions on his left cheek, chin, and nose. Also on his knees and the palms of his hands.
Palms of the hands. So that suggests that he had his hands outstretched to try and break his fall, perhaps.
Could be that's how they got there.
Would you say he fell face first?
Oh, yeah. How far did he fall?
30 feet.
Well, that would certainly be enough to break his neck.
Right.
I pulled 2 large wood slivers from the palm of his right hand. Had to hurt. Maybe he got distracted. That's how he fell.
Wood slivers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
So you're saying this ladder wasn't secured?
Well, based on what I can see from the evidence, I believe it's the only way he could have gone over the railing on the 2nd floor.
Okay, how do you see it happening?
You got the ladder going up to the dormer on the top.
Which is secured by a rope. I see it right in your picture.
Yeah, it's secured. It was secure when we inspected it. What I'm saying is, what if it wasn't secure the morning of the accident?
Okay.
All right? So the victim, he's going up the ladder, and maybe he's got your little box of nails, right?
Right.
The ladder slips, goes backward, takes him out and over the railing. Okay? The brother, or whoever, finds him, goes up, and secures the ladder. It was you talking about how the railing could have been removed, put back up again. It got me thinking about it.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see it happening that way, I guess, sure. Except for the pictures here. See this ladder?
Mm-hmm.
How close it is to that railing?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this ladder falls back, it strikes that railing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Maybe go over the railing, land down here in the ground with the victim.
I don't care where it ends up. It's when the ladder falls back against that railing. Isn't it going to strike the top of that 2x4, the top of that railing, and make some
Well,
marks?
you can see it's all marked, all on the top.
I don't see marks that correspond with any ladder. That's what has to happen.
Here,
look at
They
got to correspond to the ladder, you see?
All right? See all these marks? I figure a couple of these could have been
But is
caused
that in
by-
the same
yeah,
section?
Look, here's one here, here's one here. It's the same section.
Okay. Possible. Yeah, it looks to me like they were being negligent.
Yeah, that's how it appears.
Okay.
figure Mays and Boltec are hiding out up here in Canada, right? Then they hear about the price on their heads. Mays decides to start slipping the arsenic to his partner Boltec.
Yeah, putting a little rat poison in his breakfast cereal.
Yeah, then Boltec dies. Mays buries him and starts looking for some sucker like Jerome to front for him, collect the reward money.
Yeah, that sounds right. She always likes to come down here along this street. She likes the trees. Sometimes she goes and visits the dog down the next block.
Up here? Let's go take a look up there.
Not right, I have to keep her locked up in the apartment like that.
You gotta start thinking about care, Leo.
Yeah.
We got patrols out looking for her.
Just show up. Just show up.
Did Ryan complain at all about wood splinters in his hand the morning that he fell?
No.
He didn't? Because we found the splinters in his hand. I had our man at the lab look into it, and he thought, well, he doesn't think, he knows that they came from a plywood sheet. Make any sense to you?
I'll ask John if he knows anything about it.
Might help. Now, I was looking at these railings here, the 2x4s that you use on top of these railings. They get pretty marked up, don't they?
They're scrap, but they're still good.
And the only other thing is this ladder. When was it secured?
When we put it up there.
Uh-huh. You see, I gotta be honest with you. Your situation isn't really looking too good here.
Okay. So you tell me what's the problem.
Well, it's this railing here. Now, your son had to fall over it, right? And you can see how high it is. That's your problem.
So the railing can't be there when Ryan falls.
Right, otherwise how does he fall over it?
Which is also why you asked me about the ladder.
Well, I can see if the ladder isn't secured, how it could have fallen over backwards as Ryan's climbing up this ladder. And that way he could have got over this railing. But to me, either this railing is not here or this ladder isn't secured.
I understand.
The only other way that Ryan could possibly have fallen over the railing and got right over it is if there was like an act of God.
An act of God?
Right. Earthquake, fire, lightning, wind, rain, something like that. An act of God.
Sweetheart, where are you? Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
It's your wife?
She was at the hairdresser's.
How'd that happen?
She had an appointment. She told me about it. And I was the one who forgot. But she's in that chair for 5 hours with the curlers and everything, you know.
Well, that's good. There you go. Good.
You know, this guy is long gone. And I'm thinking we should just turn Jerome over to the FBI and let him set Mays up south of the border.
Yeah, Jerome can tell Mays where the bones are and hope he shows up to collect.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Man, I'm starving. I gotta get something to eat here.
There's a little store right there in the corner.
Yeah? Good with you? You want something?
Yeah. Yeah, pick me up a chocolate bar.
All right. Leo, I'm glad it turned out with your wife there.
Thanks. I'm thinking about what you said, though, about full-time care. Maybe I should do that so this doesn't happen.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to recommend a fine for violating a safety regulation. You didn't have that ladder to the dormer tied off. You fell back, took your son with it. Pretty certain that's what happened here.
No, sir. That's not what happened here. You see this piece of 1/4-inch ply? Well, that sheet was covering the 3rd floor dormer on the day my son was killed.
3rd floor? How do you know the 3rd floor?
We were using 1/4-inch ply to cover the windows from the weather. This sheet was nailed over that dormer window up there. You can see the nails are still in it.
You got proof of that?
Yeah. The day my son was killed, the architect was here to tell us the windows were coming, so Ryan started taking off all the plywood we had covering them.
And the architect will confirm that he was by here speaking to you about the windows?
Yeah.
Well, wait, no. So far, I don't see how that changes how your son felt. I mean, could have decided to take this plywood down the ladder.
Ryan was lifting the plywood off the windows to put it inside up there like he did with the rest of them. He was taking it off like this. Here, you hold it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a gust of wind hits him.
Gust of wind hits him.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need to match up the nails in the plywood here with the holes up there, and I want our engineer to speak with your architect, review the scenario.
I got his number. An active gun.
You got any American cigarettes? Yeah, those. Thanks.
Peter Mays, Vancouver homicide. Stop! Move! Move! Stop right there!
Yeah, we got the bones in our morgue and Jerome's in our lockup. You can come and pick them up anytime you want to. Yeah.
Hold it!
Holy shit, I gotta get back to you.
Vancouver homicide, stay down.
Take the other side! Other side! Stop! Stop!
Bill? I lost him.
Upstairs.
Dog. He's gone.
Back this way. Where's the car? Oh, shit.
Hey, good job, guys. How's it feel to kiss $500,000 goodbye?
Detective?
Yes? Oh, hello, Mrs. Lawrence. And how are you today?
Not so good. My husband left me, you know.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But it's not so bad. The gentleman who's taken his place is very sweet.
Oh, good. Would you like some tea?
Yes, thank you.
Hi.
Hi. An old friend of your father's is here to see you.
I didn't know he knew my father.
That's what he said.
Really? I didn't know.
Didn't say you did.
Good. Just, but he knew my father. Have him come in. Mr. Fallon, what can I do for you?
Oh, I just want to let you know Ryan's funeral's tomorrow. Maybe you'd like to come.
Okay. Thank you. How's things going? Are you getting things back on track at the house?
Oh, yeah, sort of. I don't know who's going to replace Ryan. I don't even like to think about things like that, but I guess I have to.
And your daughter-in-law, how's she getting on?
She's got the baby, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about your father passing away. He worked for my father, you know that?
No. No. I never knew that, and nobody else around here knows that either.
I understand. It was when my father had the business. Your dad was down on his luck and needed a job.
Yeah?
I remember you two. You were always in trouble. He was worried about how you'd grow up.
Oh, yes. I worry about my daughter. It's the same thing, I think.
Now, you never know how your kids will turn out.
No, you always worry.
My son Ryan, he was always with the jokes. Then he had his own son, and he got serious. Having a son made him grow up. Anyway, thanks for the rain and the wind and the fire for explaining what an act of God can do.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Your father didn't need to worry. He turned out all right.